Tankers, this is Mobius speaking. This short video covers a must-know tip that every player should know. Paint your tanks with camouflage. One of the most fundamental and complicated game mechanics for World of Tanks console is the spotting system. If a tank on the enemy team is not spotted, it is essentially invisible both to you and your allies. It will not show up on your screen and its location will not be revealed on the map. Here's the short version of how the spotting system works. If a tank's view range is high enough to counteract an enemy tank's camouflage rating, that enemy tank will be spotted. Of course, each tank has its own view range and camouflage rating values, so we won't go into detail on that aspect. Instead, the suggestion I offer is an easy way to increase your own tank's camouflage rating, thus making it a little harder for the enemy team to spot you in battle. From the garage, move your cursor over a tank that does not have camouflage painted on it. Press the upgrade button and move the cursor over to customize. From the customize screen, you can apply camouflage paint, emblems, and inscriptions to try and give your tank a more unique look. Emblems and inscriptions are purely cosmetic and have no effect on gameplay. However, camouflage paint does. When you select the camouflage option, you'll see there are 4 types of camouflage to apply: winter, summer, desert, and urban. Select one of these camouflage types and you'll be shown the choices of camo patterns available. Note that winter camo patterns are very different from desert or urban camo patterns. Once you've found one you like, select it. You'll get a new prompt asking how long you want to apply the camo paint for, each with different pricing options. These prices will also differ between different tanks depending on their type and battle tiers. For a small sum of silver, you can paint your tank for a full week. I suggest using this option if you are painting a tank that you intend to play for the next few days, but are certain you will be selling it soon. This is a good option for tanks in the lower and middle tiers that you are grinding and don't expect to keep in your garage. For a decent sum of silver, you can paint your tank for about a month. This option is best if you are putting camouflage on a tank that you know you're going to have for a while, but don't know if it will become a permanent staple in your garage yet. This option is great for higher tier tanks that you are grinding for. Lastly, for a cost in gold, you can permanently paint your tank with camouflage. This option is great for tanks that will remain in your garage indefinitely, or that you will play all the time. While it does cause you to spend some of your valuable gold, it can save hundreds of thousands, if not millions of silver in the long run by removing the need to repaint your favorite tanks with camo every week or month. I recommend applying permanent camouflage on your favorite tanks that you will always be willing to play for a long time, premium tanks that you have either earned from an operation or purchased from the store, or competitive tanks that your team does or plans to use in tournaments. Remember that if you do purchase permanent camouflage for a tank and wind up selling it later, you can repurchase that tank back into your garage and it will still have the permanent camo paint applied. The same is true for emblems and inscriptions. Lastly, you'll also want to remember that there are 4 types of camouflage to paint on your tank. Make sure you factor that into your calculations as you try to determine how much silver or gold you'll need to paint one of your tanks. That's it for this video. I'm sure plenty of veteran tankers already knew about this tip, but if knowledge like this can be shared with every player we know, chances are it will get passed on to players who were previously unaware of such things. At the end of the day, the worst that can happen is someone has a more enjoyable experience in the game. This has been Mobius for World of Tanks console. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.